everything comes from the land, and how nature needs a helping hand. To us it's sacred ground. We work it sun up to sundown. We know we gotta plant healthy roots, so we can bear the very best of fruits, like healthy hearts and minds. So when Amaranth leaves the vines, from our family farm to your family table.
So I applied for the YC program because of just a desire to learn more about the blueberry industry, and I guess learn more about the co-op as well.
I just wanted to be more involved in the future of farming.
To get out and see the bigger blueberry world, to meet new people, and hopefully learn something I can bring back to our farming operation.
It was the window for me to see how the other side of the co-op worked and what happens with the marketing.
Relatively new to the industry and wanted the opportunity to learn more about the co-op.
I really wanted to gain more knowledge about the industry and learn as much as I possibly could to keep consumers and customers happy.
My uncle Larry informed me that MBG was going to be starting up a YC program and encouraged me to join that as a way to increase my leadership development.
Wanting to know more about our industry and our co-op itself, getting to know more people in our co-op, and also the different challenges that each growing region presents.
I wanted to get a better understanding of the industry as a whole, and also see where our business fit into that.
I knew it would be a great opportunity for me to learn more about MBG and learn more about the blueberry industry. I'm so glad I applied.
I just wanted to see all the other growing regions and see how they grow blueberries.
Being able to travel and see where everyone else is coming from, it opens your mind to why we do the things we do in an overall perspective, instead of just kind of thinking about your own farm.
Being able to gain better knowledge of the blueberry industry, and also helping the next generation of blueberry farmers understand what challenges we face ahead of us.
We're getting to know some of the people that we're going to be working with in future years here, in the next generations.
It's really being able to get out and meet these buyers, our customers, get to meet them face to face and shake hands with them and really get to know the people.
Well, there's tons of benefits. We've traveled, we've seen a lot of the country, a lot of where blueberries are grown, all kinds of different aspects of the blueberry industry. But I would say one of the biggest benefits for me is just the friendships that I've built with my fellow co-op members and fellow YCs.
There's a lot of benefits to being part of the YC program. I'll just mention the two that were most important to me. The first was developing relationships with people I've already knew in the industry, and deepening those relationships, and also meeting new people and developing relationships with them. And then the second benefit was getting out to the different growing regions in the country that I hadn't been out to.
Overall, my thoughts and benefits being part of the YC program is being able to go around and actually see the different regions, being able to participate more in MBG, get to know the staff better in the different regions, because it's not only here in Grand Junction in the Great Lakes region, but we have the Sun Belt region, getting to know Darren Wheeler and Steve Jordan and Clay Lee and Christina Butler out in the Pacific Northwest, and being able to put a face to all those names and getting to know all the challenges that are present.
One of the benefits is just that you get to network with a lot of people, a lot of growers, not just the growers here in the Michigan area, but down throughout the South and Pacific Northwest. So being able to meet everybody and form relationships, that was really important. But also being able to see all the development that's happening in the industry, see where things are going, the new types of varieties people are planting, and the operations they have in their packing house.
One of the many benefits of the YC program are the friendships that were formed. Now I have this great group of people that I can call when have a question about an audit.
The whole experience of it all was great. Like I said, to see other operations, see how other parts of the North America, how they are all unique in the way they deal with climate and deal with fruit, and just how they grow bushes is all unique.
Some of the trips and events that I've been on as part of this YC program was our first trip. We went down to Georgia, and so we were able to do farm tours down there and visit the RTE facility and be on hand for the groundbreaking of the IQF facility down in Georgia. Another trip we went on was to the West Coast, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, where we went on farm tours and visited a freeze-dry facility and visited Oregon cherry growers, and that was a really cool trip.
Some of the places we attended through the YC program was Ray Bill out in BC, the Munger Brothers in California, Art Galetta in New Jersey, several farms in Michigan, and a few places in Georgia.
So we went to Georgia, Washington, D.C., the Pacific Northwest, California, Chicago, New Jersey. I think that's all of them. We attended many amazing events. We went to the USHBC and NABC meetings. We toured MBG facilities, Nature Right facilities, grower farms, customer distribution centers, manufacturing plants, cold storage places. We even went to DC and we learned how to lobby and talk to our congressmen and our senators.
There were a lot of events. We went down and saw the Alma, Georgia facilities and some of the growers down there. We saw out in the Pacific Northwest, we saw Flavors of North America in Chicago, and we also saw the Munger Farm down in California, and DC also.
We went to New Jersey area, spoke with some farmers up there, got to see a cold storage facility. That was very interesting to see the process, how that all took place, the shipping and handling. We went to the PMAs in Atlanta, got to meet and greet up there with some very nice people.
I was able to go to the Sun Belt for their certification day and get to meet and face-to-face some of the growers that are in our Sun Belt region. We got to go to the NCFC, the National Conference of Farming Co-ops in Washington, D.C., and get to go up to Capitol Hill and lobby a little bit for some of our industry's needs. We went to see Debbie Stabenow, who at the time was the ranking member on the Agricultural Committee, and through our interaction with her, we was able to help the industry get the bid for the school lunch buy, and also for a big process buy. We also got to visit Nature Right in Salinas. We got to go to a food safety summit there. It was an internal summit. We got to meet some of the staff out there in Salinas. We got to go to New Jersey and meet the new growers that are out there, and see the Nature Right Way Station, where when they import fruit from South America, where it comes in, and see the storage and resorting facilities there. And that was a unique experience that I know that I wouldn't have had if I wasn't in the YC program, to have that level of access to all this.
It's really hard for me to pick which one is my favorite, but I really enjoyed the Pacific Northwest trip. Again, it was just an awesome opportunity to get to know all of my fellow YCs and just see a part of the country that I've never seen before up in British Columbia. And I also really enjoyed Washington, D.C. We got to go up to the Hill and talk to people there.
The trip to New Jersey was my favorite there, just seeing the massive farming operation those guys control up there.
So my favorite event was our trip to the Pacific Northwest. Our days were jam-packed. Lori sure knows how to schedule us. We visited the Pan Am farms and toured their new plantings. in their fresh pack facility. Then we went all the way up to BC and met with Ray Bill and his family and saw his facilities. And then we came back down and we visited a Costco distribution center.
By far, hands down, my favorite trip was the one where we went out to California. Going to Nature Ripe, it was amazing to go to their headquarters and see how they operate.
The British Columbia trip, just seeing how much influence that growing region has on our market as a whole for the whole year period, the amount of production that comes out of there was about unbelievable.
My favorite's probably anytime we got on the farm and could see different growing practices.
I think the Northwest, just the climate and their production is a sight to see.
For one, I've learned that the blue wave that everybody talks about is already here. So how we're dealing with that and all the fruit coming out of all these different places, and how do we market that fruit and how do we move it? That question was answered for me by many different people throughout the program, and that's been a great thing to see, the marketing side of this and the 5-year plan for Nature Ripe and even beyond that, and how we're taking the fruit overseas and how we're approaching that and moving the fruit to places that it has never been before.
Some of the future problems that we're going to face, the volume that the United States and really worldwide is producing, how we're going to consume that amount of volume on the market, trying to learn and figure out how we can get into some new niche markets or get some new doorways to open.
The size of the industry as a whole, and also the size of just Nature Ripe blueberries by itself, is a staggering size, and the complexity of not just growing blueberries, but marketing and selling and imports and exports.
The methods of production, the methods of harvesting, and the methods of packing that fruit are all advancing. People are investing a lot of money, so it was really eye-opening to be able to see these changes that are happening and to become aware of how much we need to invest here on our own farm, in our own co-op, to keep up to date with everything else that's going on in the industry.
I learned that we need more actively involved growers to continue to shape and direct the future of our industry.
The YC program is important to the future of MBG because it gives the next generation of farmers a chance to learn more about MBG, the blueberry industry, and that way we're grooming better leaders for our co-op.
I feel like the YC program is a very important part of MBG's future there. It's taking the next generation farmers, board members, and giving them an opportunity to see the bigger blueberry world.
I think that it's important to MBG to have the YC program because it gives us, or the younger generation, insight just to the magnitude of what the blueberry industry is and what a leadership position might look like in the future.
It really gives some of our upcomers who are very serious about their living and what they do and very serious about this industry, it gives them a chance to get out and explore and see and meet people face to face and really see what they're getting into and what this industry is all about. And the more that we can get involved like that, the better.
Educating the next generation, kind of like me, and having that kind of experience and talking to other growers in other regions and just learning, I think that'll pay dividends for the next generation.
We need to promote more active involvement, not only within the blueberry industry, but within our own co-op.
The YC program is vital to the continued success of MBG and the future success at MBG because at some point there has to be a transition of leaders from one generation to the next, and the YC program does a great job of bringing the next generation and the next set of young leaders up to speed.
I gained from the YC program a better understanding of marketing, our market window, what our goals are at the co-op, what our 5-year, 10-year plan should be, where we need to be at, how we're going to get there.
Through the YC program, I have gained a wealth of knowledge and a better understanding of the blueberry industry and a handful of lifelong friends.
I personally gained the understanding of how the co-op works, and I learned how dedicated that the whole staff at MBG is.
Personally, the YC program has provided me with knowledge and confidence to better serve the membership.
I gained a lot. It was really nice to be able to form those relationships with the local growers around here, who a lot of them I didn't really know them before I joined this program, but also the growers in the south and out west, and our partners out west. That's all very valuable.
Personally, I gained friends, life experience, and knowledge and understanding about our industry.
For folks that are thinking about applying, I would say make sure that you have the time available to do it, because it does ask for a lot of time. Our program was 2 years, and there were spaces where we'd have 4 or 5 days at a time where we needed to be on a trip. So just make sure that your schedule permits for that, and if it does, then it's a really valuable experience.
It's a great opportunity to learn about MBG and nature right from the inside.
It's an amazing opportunity, and they need to take heed of it.
For anyone considering applying for the YIC program, I'd highly encourage you to go for it. It's an amazing experience. You're going to gain knowledge that you never thought you would.
To not pass up on this opportunity. It's a life-changing experience.
Take that step. Do it.
Successful.
Never ending.
Awesome.
Eye-opening.
Enlightening.
Priceless.
Informative.
Awesome.
Miss Lori Merker.
Worthwhile.
Fantastic.